Hey folks, welcome to the IM webinar.
So before we start, I would like to thank everyone for joining this webinar, and we are so stoked to see such a huge crowd for the IM webinar. And I'll keep this short, around 20 to 25 minutes with the demo, and post that you can come on air and you can ask any questions if you might have. So since we have a pretty good number of attendees here, we wanted this webinar to be special. We wanted to give you something special. So what is that? So unlike other webinars, in this, you have an option, you have an offer. So can you see the TV on your screen? So that television is me. So consider I am that television, and I'm just handing over the remote to you. So you have an option to switch between the channels when you feel that you are saturated with the functionality, or when you feel that the presentation is going monotonous. So just like a television, in IM, we have multiple channels that includes WhatsApp, WeChat, Telegram, and Line. So when you say switch, I'll keep switching between the channels. So yes, remember to switch, but do not switch off. I think we can start. So what is the agenda for the day? The first one is 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, why is the slide empty? Can you see what is happening here? We do not have multiple agendas. There is only one. And that is, we want the participants to take something out of this session. And we want the participants to implement what they learned during this session and to take their business up a notch right after the session. So with that agenda, we should start today's presentation. So I believe that you might all know what Zoho Desk is. But still, if I have to state it, it is industry's first context-aware software due to its multiple automation and customization capabilities. And also, we have been featured in Gartner's Magic Quadrant. We have won many prestigious awards across G2 and many other platforms. And every day, more than 50,000 businesses use Zoho Desk for their day-to-day activities. That includes some of the named accounts like Zomato, McAfee, and so on. So with that, let me take you all to a quick story. How many of you like stories? I'm afraid I couldn't see the reactions from this presentation screen, but I take the liberty to assume that all of you love the stories. So even I love storytelling. So let me tell you a quick story about the evolution of messages. So how did the messages start? So before, the people who wanted to send message, they used to rely on pigeons. Right from the time of Julius Caesar, that is before a few centuries, people used to send the messages through a pigeon. But one might wonder, how does the pigeon know the address to where it has to be delivered? Any idea? All right, these questions are rhetorical, I understand, but still, how does it deliver? If a person A wants to send a message to person B, he has to drop the pigeon in person B's place, and the person B will just tie the note to the pigeon's feet and it just sends it across. And the pigeon reaches straight to the home and the message is delivered. Though it seems reliable, it takes time. It takes a day or two if the distance is long, but still the message is delivered directly to the house. But there is one problem here, the predators. Yes, most of the regions are attacked by the predators and the messages might not reach at times. And during the times when they want to send out some important messages or important text, all they do is they send out 3 to 4 pigeons with the same message just to deliver one message. Does it sound optimal? Definitely not. It is not efficient, right? So here comes the mailman. So what does a mailman do? Mailman took over the problem of reliability because he does deliver it to the people or she does deliver it to different people. There is no problem in the reliability. There is guarantee that your mail will be reached. But again, the problem of time delay is not addressed here. How many of you here watched Seinfeld? I hope some of you have did. Even if not, you should definitely check it out. And just like how the mailman, Newman in the Seinfeld series, the most of the mailmen, they do drop the letters at time. The problem is, unlike pigeons, they have to go every door by door to drop the message. And by the time it reaches you, it might be a day or two again, or even it could take more time. So the problem was again time. What if I want to send out an instant message or an urgent message or want to transfer something important? That was not feasible. So there comes the revolution with electronic mail. So with the invent of electronic mail, most of the businesses boomed during that time. And till now, email is associated to official purposes, and most of the businesses rely on emails for their communication. So one might think this email is a disruptive innovation and has turned things around topsy-turvy. But again, there is one more problem. Though it takes only a few minutes to send out and receive emails, there is a problem in sending email. Even though it is a casual one, you are forced or you are entitled to include your greetings, your subject, your signature in the email and send it across. And that takes a few minutes. So what happens then? The evolution happens. Evolution never stops. Just like humans, just like everything, the evolution happened, and we are in the generation of instant messaging now. So, what is the advantage of this instant messaging? You need not put in a subject, or you need not put in the greetings, or you need not put a signature. You need not add anything. It is just the message, just the context. And when you hit send, it is just sent across to the recipient in no seconds. So this feels like real time. This feels like you're talking to the other person in real time. So that is the advantage of this particular instant messaging platforms. And a survey says that around 3.8 billion users across the world uses all these instant messaging platforms on the whole. So that includes WhatsApp, WeChat, Telegram, and Line. So when 3.8 billion people are using particular platform or particular instant messaging applications, it would be unfair for any organization, for any product to not provide these integration to the customers. So that is why we have introduced IM, because we do not want our customers to go back to the old school methods of reaching out to us via call or having to send an email. No, we want them to find the most convenient way, and we want to give them ample space for reach out to us through any platform they would like. And we have implemented IM. And I believe, and I do really believe, you would want the same for your customers. So here we go. We have IF, and a presentation isn't a presentation without surveys. So I have a few surveys for you that would make my point and that would prove my point helpful. So to start off with, you might already have heard of it. More than around 90% of the customers stops using a particular product because of the poor or worse customer service experience they have. And over 85% uses a particular product only because of the great customer service experience they offer. And to give you a real-time example, or to give you a real use case, we have two different food delivering softwares, two unicorn food delivering softwares in India. And I always go with the first app over the second one because the second one only has bot support and it doesn't have a live interaction or live chat support with agents. So the level of support decides which company or which brand you would like to use. So that is why we should give ample space for the customers to reach out to us through any channel. And if that is IM, it is like having an icing on the cake. So the reason why most of the people prefer IM is that they love to have instant responses. So when you talk in real time and you can see the other person typing and we can receive the messages and we can send it back in no time, you feel like the person is right next to you. You feel like there is no lag. You feel like you're having a real-time conversation and you can get things done, be it professional or be it business. So here's a question for you all. What would you prefer? First one is juggling between different screens and different applications and different platforms to respond to your customers. For example, if your customers are reaching out to you on WhatsApp, you might have to open your WhatsApp and reply to them. If they reach out to you via WeChat, you might have to open your WeChat application and reply to them. Does it feel good? Or do you prefer sticking to one particular application, receiving all the messages under one hood, one console, and replying right from there to your customers? So what would you prefer? I know I have made the answer quite obvious with the color cues, but come on, who is going to go with the first one? Everyone wants to stick to one particular application and get the queries clarified for their customers. So IM provides you three things. The first one is convenience, the convenience of staying under a single hood to respond to all your customers in no time. The next one is lead management. So when you put the QR code or when you embed the URL into your website or application, your customers or your prospects, when they have a query, they can reach out to you in no time. So assume that you have a website of your own and you have an option to drop an email to you if they might have any queries. Most of the customers wouldn't feel comfortable reaching out to you via email because they know it takes time and they might have to wait for you to revert. And in the meantime, they might find another website where there is WhatsApp support. So when there is WhatsApp support, your prospects would reach out to you immediately. And that is how you generate leads. And when they reach out to you immediately, they have real-time chat support. So all they have to do is just scan the QR code or click on the link, drop a text, and you can talk to them instantly via WhatsApp, just like how you talk to your friend. So these are the different platforms and applications that we have under IM right now. That is WhatsApp, Line, WeChat, and Telegram. And apart from that, we are also extensively working on all other platforms, such as all other applications, such as Instagram, Apple Chat, Google Chat, and so on. So you might be seeing them unfolding day by day or in a month or so. So now you might be wondering how to make sure or how to get your customers to reach out to you through these channels. So there are different methods, as you can see on the screen. So the first one would be the links. So what is a link? We will give you a link once you have configured the channel, and you can embed this link on your website or your mobile application or anywhere that you like, so that they can click on the link and they will be taken to your WhatsApp directly, and they can just drop a text and wait for your reply. In the same way, instead of embedding a link, they could go for a button that says messages. And also we have a QR code option, which can be embedded in your application or website, through which your customers can just scan. They don't have to remember the email. They don't have to remember your phone number, or they don't have to reach out to your phone call. All they have to do is open their camera, scan it, and drop a text. It is that simple. So now coming to the use case of IM. And I believe that nothing sells like demo. So we have a demo here. So this is the QR code for my application. That is my company. So I have a company called Acme Phones, as you can see here. Yes, it is a phone company and I own it. So this company has a WhatsApp integration. So I'll show you how it is done. So here is channels, and under channels, you can find instant messaging. So under instant messaging, we have different channels. So I have already configured this WhatsApp integration. So this is the number I have mapped. I have created the channel and the status is enabled. And here is an option to embed. As I've already shown you, we have three options. The first one is message button, and it is completely customizable. You can change the button size. You can change the color if you would like. This makes it appear more like it is like a proper WhatsApp option. But I like turquoise color, so I think I would go with the teal one. You can even put in some pre-filled messages here for your customers with the greetings, or you can go for the QR code and embed it right over there in your website. So that is what I have done here. So I want you guys to just scan this QR code and drop me a text. Can you do that for me? You can open your camera. You can just point at it. You will be given a link. All right. And you have to send a text. I think we are already receiving it. Perfect. So here is one. I think, oh, that's great. We are receiving more than 20 messages. Not sure about the count. It keeps increasing. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being interactive during the session. Thank you, Rahul, James, Kiran, Elni, and everyone else who is sending out the message. So, oh, I'm sorry I couldn't reply to each one of you, but yes. Hi, everyone. Hello. I got the notification, and the next one would be sending out a reply to you guys. So I'll just pick one chat here. Let's take Kiran because he's glad about meeting me. Likewise, Kiran. Okay, how do I stop this? Thank you guys. Thanks for being interactive. So now let me try answering this. So before answering, I'll show you what are all the capabilities we have within the screen. So I can assign this chat to myself. or I can, so Ash is a different person actually. So this account is Rick Sanchez. Yes, I'm a fan of Rick and Marty. So here I'm just going to send a reply to Kiran. Hey Kiran, nice meeting you too. So this, and you can see the text here over here. Hey, hi. So this is a real-time use case of IM. Can you see how instant it was? And you do not have any problem about the volume. You do not have to worry about the number of people or number of customers that reach out to you. There's no such threshold. All the messages will be delivered instantly. If you have enough resource, you can handle it and tackle it the right way. So this is a real-time use case of IM. And this is how you send and receive messages in IM. So with that, I would also like to add something else, that is best practices. As already mentioned during the beginning of this session, I would want to stress upon a point that we want you to take something out of this session. So I'm just going to give you all the possible options, all the possible functionalities that we have with IM right now, so that you can make the best use of it. So the first one is auto response. Why do we need auto response? Just like how we have it in email or other channels, we want to send an acknowledgement to the customer, because people wouldn't love to be left astray. People wouldn't love to stay without any response, or people wouldn't love to be read. So all we have to do is enable the auto response. I think you can understand the sentiment, right? Because all right. So you have to get into instant messaging, because no one likes to be left without any reply or any response. We hate seeing blue ticks. So that is why you have to enable auto response. So under preferences, channels, instant messaging, preferences, you have an option called auto response, and you can even customize the templates. So when someone sends you a message, they would automatically receive this response from you, and they know that their query is being addressed, and you will get back to them immediately. So this is the use case of auto response, and I would suggest to keep that enabled. And the next one is the conversion of tickets. We want track of all data, be it chat channel or phone channel or social. So be it any channel, we want to keep track of all the data, because we can use it later for reporting purposes, to gauge the customer pulse, or to gauge the agent performance, or to create reports on any friend you might have to need the data. So how to keep track of it? You want to have the ticket conversion on. So this is the place where you keep it on. So when you keep this, so these are the different channels you see within WhatsApp. So when you keep the timer as none, the ticket wouldn't be created for the IM chats. But we do not want to do that. We want tickets to follow up with the customer, or we want tickets for the reporting purpose. So the other options, what to do with these minutes, 10 minutes, 60 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours. So if you're wondering what it is, I'll give you an explanation. And if you are familiar with the social integration that we offer, that is Facebook, Twitter, you might already know what an appending interval is. So this is more similar to the appending interval. When I said 60 minutes, and if, for example, if Kiran is texting me for the first 60 minutes, one ticket will be created. And if he texts me after 1 hour, the 61st minute, I'll get a new ticket for the same conversation. So this is how you set the timer. You can set any timer that you want, and you can get the tickets, because people do not want to have a single ticket for all the cases, for all the issues. They might want to assign it to different developers and different product teams. And that is why we have this option in place. So here you have an option to switch between different agents. So when you transfer the chat, the agent would be notified, and they can take it from there. So anyone can take it, even that particular agent. Ash can just get into this chat and pick it for himself, and with the ticket. Now let me end the chat with Kiran. So you can see that I have ended this particular chat, and these are the different chats that you could see. So if I want to get into the particular ticket, I have to click on the ticket number. So what is the advantage? So this is the normal ticket console, or the ticket UI that you might already seen in Zoho, and it is in dark mode right now. So once I convert this into a ticket, I have an option to add a comment. Let's say I want to report a problem to my agents. I can say, hey, look at this ticket. If I want to check something with the product team, I can drop a comment. So this is why you should convert the IM tickets into IM chats into tickets. You have all the other extensible options as such ticket fields, comments, resolution, attachments, and so on. And also you can create reports based on this. But do you really have to rely on ticketing reports? Not really. We have an exclusive dashboard that has all the nitty-gritty details of your IM chats. So you can even set the time period over here. We have different time periods, that is today, yesterday, current month, last month. Let me go with last month. You can see, yes, Kiran, you can definitely get the recording of the session. Thank you. So you can see that all the chats that have been attended, that are unassigned, all the numbers are listed down here. And in addition to that, you have session metrics, the message summary. So as I've already told you, there is granular detail in this particular dashboard, which one might want to see and make sure that your customers reach out to you in the right possible way. So this is with the ticket conversion. The next one is collaborate. So when I say collaborate, it is just collaborating through different channels. So here is a drop down. So when I click on IM, there is a drop down that says you can switch between different channels that you have. So for now, let's switch to Telegram from WhatsApp. So when I switch to Telegram, I can see all the messages that I received through Telegram. So I just set it up and I have only one message over here, but this is how you collaborate through different channels to your customers. So all is happening under one hood, that is IM module. And the next one is workflows. So one might wonder, why should we have workflows for IM? What would be the use case? Well, there are many, but I'll give you one use case for you to ponder over and for you to think and understand how it works. So you can implement it based on your own use case for your own business. So assume that I have a set of customers who purchase my product and who get support from me. But whenever they fail to make a payment, whenever there's a fail in the recurring payment, I get an automated mail to me. So in such cases, I want to notify the customers automatically through WhatsApp. Why? Because most people today, they might miss out the email or they might miss out even if we call or text them, but no one would miss WhatsApp chat. That is why you should reach out to them through WhatsApp. So payment failure or payment due would be the name of the rule. And I hope you're all familiar with the workflow. So I'm just going to create it on exit. I'm just going to execute it on create. So it means that all the tickets that are being created would go through this workflow if the criteria matches. So what is the criteria? If the subject contains payments due, then I'm just going to trigger a custom action. Sorry for ignoring you, Kiran. We'll get back to you soon. So here is reply via instant messaging. So that is a custom action. I can set the custom action name to be again payment due. So this is the ticket ID in which it is going to trigger. It is dynamic. So let me select Telegram and you have different templates over here. So I'll go with the payment failure one. So now that I have saved it, you can see that whenever someone submits a ticket or whenever there's an automated email that says payment failure, it would automatically notify the customer through WhatsApp. And there are a lot of other use cases which you might want to come up with. If you have any, you can just drop them in the QA session and we shall discuss it after. And finally, canned responses. Why do we need canned responses? Sorry, Dan, we'll get back to you soon, right after the session. So here, test from Dan. Let's say I want to reply to Dan saying that your credit card might have a problem and you might have to check with the credit card service provider. I do not have to type it every time because that could be a case, could be a credit card problem. I do not want to send the same text to everyone, so that affects the efficiency or productivity of the particular agent. So you can have some default templates or predefined messages configured as CAN messages in IM. So here is the CAN message. I have already set one for payment failure. Oh, sorry, maybe I should have used that. So let me show you how to use that now. So you can have it over here. So if I have to reply Dan with a CAN response, all I have to do is just click on the insert CAN message, and I can look into the preview before I send it. Does it look good? No matter, I'll just send it. All right. See, it was that simple. I didn't have to type anything. I can just click on CAN response and send it. But what if I already have a document? Oh, anytime, Dan. What if I already have a document and do not want to add these CAN messages? What if I have a complete documentation of what should be done? I can just click on this insert article button. So you might be familiar with the suggested articles feature that is with the ticketing module. Similar to that, we have something called insert article. So you do not have to open a new tab to copy paste your articles. You do not want to rely on KB module for now. You can just insert it right from here, but this is tightly integrated with the knowledge base section, that is our help center. So all the articles that you have added would be listed down here, and let's search for payment and see if there is any. Why was my payment display? Okay, I'll just add it over here, add to reply, and send it to Dan. Sorry, Dan, I think it is already sorted out, but I'm just sending it again. You can ignore it. So this is how you insert an article. So other than inserting article, you can add emoji. I'm happy right now because of the highly interactive crowd. So maybe I'll just drop a text with an emoji. If I want to add a picture, I can add it. If I want to add a file, I can do that too. So this is just similar to the WhatsApp console or WhatsApp UI, what you see in your mobile. I'll review the article. Thank you. All right. So I shall end the chat now. So this is the CAN response. So I wanted to keep it quick and simple, and that is why we have seen all the demo and all the functionalities that we offer with IM right now. In addition to this, we are currently building a lot, and that is under cooking for now. And we have already made it available across all the editions, all paid editions, that is standard, professional, and enterprise. And if you're not a customer, you do not have to feel left out because we have it all covered for you too. So if you're in free, you can request and get a free trial from us anytime. And if you're already in a free trial, you still have an option to check out these options. How? We do not want anyone to feel left out. So we have included a sandbox functionality or a sandbox setup exclusively for instant messaging platform. So when you get into WhatsApp, when you click on the channels, you can see the sandbox option. So under sandbox, there is a QR code. You can add your number and you can test and see how it works in real time. So even before you implement it, you can try out for yourself. You can make sure this is reliable, and then you can put out the QR code on your website and on your app and make sure your customer reaches out to you in no time. So what are you waiting for? You can configure it instantly, and you can make your customers happy, because we believe in the principle that you should always give your customers more than what they expect, because they should be happy, they should be satisfied, they should stick with you, and they should help you grow. That happens when you give them more than what they expect. And before I end the session, I would like to share a testimonial. No, as you might think, it is not a customer testimonial or a partner testimonial. It is a self testimonial. It is from myself. Do not get frustrated, but trust me, we have been using this WhatsApp channel, that is IM channel, for live chat support in Zoho Desk for the past 1 year. And we have been receiving more than 50 messages daily. And our customers are truly delighted, and that might include you, to get instant responses from WhatsApp. So you should also configure and implement these IM channels on your platform, on your Zodesk account, and delight your customers right away. So the QR code you see right here is the one to reach out to Zodesk support team. So if you might need any help with the implementation, or if you might have any doubts, just scan it, drop a text, and we have many agents working for you guys, and we shall answer you right away. We shall connect you over chat. We shall connect you offline over a session and help you configure and set this instant messaging up on your platform. And we shall take your business together up a notch. So that's it for the webinar. And I think it is time for you guys to at least use the remote now. You haven't used it still. So you can all take your remote and just turn me off. Thank you so much for joining and being attentive and being interactive. And from all the questions, from the piled up questions, I can sense that you're all going to implement IM right away after this webinar. And we are truly stoked to see that. So thank you all. And I'll be ending the webinar right now. If there is anything, we can take it offline. You have the QR code right here to reach out to us.